Have you ever found yourself in a meeting that was just so incredibly boring you were counting the minutes until you could get out? Well, it doesn't have to be that way. In a few minutes, we're going to show you some tips on how to liven up this time and make it as productive as possible. Hi, I'm Victoria Downing, and welcome to Power Tips, where we share tips, tactics, and techniques to help you build a strong, profitable remodeling company. You know, meetings don't have to be boring, although oftentimes they are, but I figured out that meetings are one of the most important things that I do as a business leader, and it will be for you too, but you have to do it right. Now, one of the things I find is that in some companies, when there's very few staff members, they really feel they don't need to meet. It might be you, your spouse, an office manager, and so you're just going on the fly. But I feel that you should meet at a regular time every single week to review the business, what's happening, what's coming up, again, in a very focused manner. You need the discipline to sit down once a week and talk about the issues that have come up. Once you do that, you'll be able to each go and do your own work and get so much more accomplished when you all know the direction of the business at that point in time. Here's some tips for creating the meetings that are productive and lively and engage everybody present. First of all, don't have meetings just for the sake of having meetings. There has to be a point to it. Now, one of the most important meetings we hold here is our weekly staff meeting. At our staff meeting, the goal and the objective is to just get everybody up to speed, let everybody know what's going on, and to figure out what resources were needed from each other for the coming week or the coming month. So we have our staff meeting every Friday for an hour and a half. Start on time and end on time. People need to know that they're not going to be in there forever. They need to know that there's a limited time. And you as business owner have the discipline to be sitting in that seat ready to go when that meeting is supposed to start. If you're not going to be there and be engaged at that moment, don't expect anybody else to be. Stop on time. Even if you get into a big long discussion about something really important, reschedule. Let the people go who aren't involved in that discussion. Don't let any one team member drone on and drag out the meeting. Keep comments short and succinct and get everybody on the same page. Now, one of the things that we like to do at our meeting is also we kick off our meeting with what we call red light, green light. What are the green light things, the great things that have happened over the course of the week? This gives everybody an opportunity to share all the cool stuff they're doing and the successes they've had or the kudos they've received from a client. Red light, on the other hand, are problems that are coming down the pike or things that everybody needs to be aware of so that we can address them before they get to be real problems. As you start the meeting, assign someone on the staff to be the scribe, to take notes on all the action items that are decided at that meeting. Your goal is to walk out of there with everybody understanding what their responsibilities are and to give them the information they need to move forward on their tasks. So those notes should be transcribed after the meeting and distributed to all the team members so everybody's on the same page. Use a parking lot. Now, what a parking lot is, it's a place to put topics that are not on the agenda that come up during the meeting and that are still important. So if a topic comes up, you haven't built it into the agenda, you put it in the parking lot. It sits there until toward the end of the meeting, and then you take whatever time is left to address those parking lot issues. If you don't have time, it's time for the meeting to end the meeting and address it the next week. Don't let the meeting drag on. If a conflict comes up, people are starting to argue about something, just keep it as honest, as open. Encourage that constructive feedback. Encourage people to play devil's advocate, but keep the meeting moving. You know, one of the best books I've ever read about meetings, it really gives you a clarity on how they should run, is a book by a gentleman named Patrick Lencioni. It's called Death by Meeting, and we've got a link to it down below. It's awesome. It's written in a fable format. It's very easy to read, but it really gives you an idea of what your goals should be in each of the different kinds of meetings that you hold in your company. Plus, we're going to give you a free download of a sample agenda. Now, of course, modify it to meet your own needs, but even if you're a 4-person team, have an agenda. Know what you're going to talk about. Now, thanks for being here. I'd love to hear about your meetings, what works, what doesn't work, how you've made them productive, what things you've added in that I haven't mentioned. So please share those with us in the comments below. And if you haven't subscribed to Power Tips yet, please do so. We'd love to have you watching every week. Thanks so much for being here. See you next time.